According to the current Minister for Information in Nigeria, it says that between 2006 and 2013 in Nigeria, more than 1.34 trillion naira was embezzled among 55 people in government in Nigeria, that is the senators, the governors, the ministers, and others, which is equivalent to $6.8 billion were embezzled by them. $6.8 billion were embezzled between 2013 in Nigeria, and that is just 7 years. Hi, I'm Abatone. Welcome to my channel Africa Every Day. Today I'll be talking about the corruptions in Nigeria. Like I said, I'm not smiling. It's not really a happy topic. So I'll be talking about that, and also some of the notable corrupt officials in Nigeria. If you want to support my channel, the link to that will be in the comment section below. Thank you, my patrons, for those who have been supporting this channel. I'm very grateful to you, especially Mr. Mike, my #1 patron. Thank you so much for your support. God will be with you, and all of you, my patrons. The truth is that I can never thank you enough. There's nothing I can use to thank you enough, but I'll just keep saying thank you. But there's nothing I can do for you other than to keep making a video, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. General Sani Abacha was the military head of state of Nigeria between 1993 and 1998. He embezzled, should I say he embezzled, or he siphoned a lot of money back then, to an extent Nigerian economy almost collapsed. Now, when he died in 1998, a lot of money that he siphoned to other countries like Switzerland and the World Bank, of all those funds, $634 million were returned by the Swiss government. Of all this money, the current government, which is our General Mohammed Buhari, could not account for what they used $1 of that money for. Just $1 of that money. He promised to fight corruption in Nigeria, but according to some journalists, corruption is higher in his administration than the previous administration. So we are fighting corruption with corruption. As a result, corruption is rising in Nigeria. So I'll be talking about also some notable corrupt officials in Nigeria. We have a lot of money has been recovered by EFCC. EFCC is the organization in charge of arresting and prosecuting any official that has been accused of embezzling money or misappropriating public funds. EFCC stands for Economic and Financial Crime Commission. So it's in charge of arresting and prosecuting those who have misappropriated the public funds and also embezzled the public funds. We have a lot of them in Nigeria. The civil servant, among the civil servants, also among the politicians, especially the politicians, the governors, the senators. Almost everyone has been accused in every field. Only the presidency, #1, because they're the most powerful in the nation. But I'm very sure if they can be investigated, they can't be investigated because they are the one in charge of the EFCC. They are the one controlling the EFCC. They install whoever they want to head the EFCC. So a Nigerian president can never be prosecuted for embezzlement of public funds because he is the one that will install the head of the EFCC. And they can put anybody whenever they want. So it's not possible. That tells you the problem that we're having with Nigerian systems, especially the constitution. The constitution was a military-led constitution. As a result, it does not cater for Nigerian populace. And a lot of people have been talking about rewriting the constitution, especially Wole Soyinka, a Nobel laureate in Nigeria. He has been talking about rewriting the constitution, writing the real democratic constitution, but the powerful people in Nigeria, in government, that are gaining from this, they are not ready to do that. Now, let me talk about notable corrupt officials, those who were arraigned by EFCC, and those who were also alleged by EFCC, but they were not arraigned simply because of political connection and some other misappropriation, even in the EFCC. A lot of every fiber. There are so many corruptions in Nigeria that you can actually point at a specific angle as the cause of the problems. All right. Number one, in no particular order, we have Alison-Madueke. Alison-Madueke was a woman who was installed as the Minister of Petroleum by Goodluck Jonathan, the previous president of Nigeria. She was the first woman to be installed as the Minister of Petroleum back then. And to be candid, a lot of Nigerians were actually happy. The thought was that being a woman should be merciful and kind, that she's going to monitor that ministry properly and mercifully and responsibly. So when the news of her embezzlement came out with such huge amount of money, a lot, and let me say most of Nigerians could not close their mouth. We had to open our mouth. Wow! This woman, she embezzled close to $20 billion. She embezzled close to $20 billion. Now, to be candid, she's not the only one. She has associates and the co-workers, but she was the leading figure in the embezzlement. $20 billion. There was a news. There was a piece of news that was carried that one of our chains, she loved jewelry. So one of our jewelry cost $100 million. $100 million. That is a piece of jewelry that she was wearing. A very, very wicked and heartless woman. Some money was recovered from her when she was arraigned to court. Unfortunately, even that money, we don't know how EFCC did it. EFCC has no accountability of what they use the money that they recover from accused people, what they use it for, where they kept it. No transparency. Just do whatever they like with it. And number two, we have a called Sambo Dasuki. Sambo Dasuki, in fact, money meant for purchasing firearms to combat Boko Haram terrorist group that we have in Nigeria. It diverted the money to another thing else. They converted the money to private money, and the money was about $2.1 billion. $2.1 billion was diverted by Sambo Dasuki. Money meant for acquisition of firearms and other ammunitions in order to fight the insurgency. Dasuki is from the north, and the Boko Haram is ravaging the north, that is his own region of Nigeria, and was given some money to purchase that, and he diverted the money to his private account. Can you imagine? To his private account, while his hometown, his region is burning. Most of Nigeria's politicians are wicked. They are wicked to the core. They don't care. They are like they are competing with the devil. Like who is going to be the wickedest? Who's going to be the most terrible? That's just the way we are seeing it. They don't care about us for a second. There's no amount of money that is too big for them to embezzle or to steal. No amount of money that is too big for them to steal. Number three, we have Alhaji Abdullahi Diko. Alhaji Abdullahi Diko was a civil servant in charge of Nigeria Customs Service. And he stole over 1 billion naira. During his tenure, as 4 years, he stole over 1 billion naira, and that was equivalent to $3.2 million that he stole. So when it was arraigned to court, when the court passed the judgment, the court asked him to pay 700 million naira as fine. 700 million naira as fine, and the properties that were seized from him were returned to him. No, so they were not returned to him. what I'm saying is that he didn't serve any jail term. He was just asked to pay 700 million naira to the government, to the federal government, and he was released. That's all. That's all. No jail term. A lot of Nigerians were like, they were not happy with this. No jail term. That means that you are telling those coming behind that steal it, no consequence. You are free, no jail time for you, no punishment for you. A lot of things are happening. And number 4, we have Alex Bade. Alex Bade was the former chief of defense in Nigeria. He was chief of defense in Nigeria, and he stole 800 million naira. That was equivalent to $2.3 million. That was what he stole. And the money that he stole, that was a major one. He bought a house of 320 million naira for his son in the highbrow of Abuja, and that was equivalent to $776,000. And also his first son, he bought a house of 260 million naira for him, which is equivalent of $631,000 in the highbrow of Abuja. Imagine that. Where we have many Nigerians that are going to bed every night on empty stomach, and somebody stole that amount of money. There are so many soldiers in our army that they are yet to receive their pension. They are yet to receive their gratuity. While that is going on, somebody stole that huge amount of money, 800 million naira. Do you know the amount of pension and gratuity that huge amount of money will settle? It was arraigned to court, nothing came out of it. Up to now, Nigeria don't know how it ended up. Once the news came out, we heard about it. We heard the amount they embezzled. After like 2-3 weeks, everything would just fade out. We won't know anything again. Nothing would be reported and again. Just like, what happened to this man that was accused by the EFCC of selling this also amount of money? Nobody knows. And that's the problem we are facing. And number 50, we have Femi Fani-Kayode. Femi Fani-Kayode was aviation minister during the Goodluck Jonathan administration, and he stole over 2.1 billion naira, which is equivalent to $6 million. He stole that. The next accused one, or let me say the next criminal, we have Raymond Dokpesi. Raymond Dokpesi is the owner of AIT, one of the terrestrial TV station in Nigeria, African Independent Television. Was one of the accused during the Dasuki saga, when Dasuki was sharing millions of dollars to a lot of people, to government officials and those that were also campaigning for Goodluck Jonathan while he was vying for the second term in presidential position. Now, Raymond Dokpesi was given 2.1 billion naira, which is equivalent to $6 million. And he said that he was given the money under the instruction of a minister of information by the CBN. That is, he was given 2.1 billion naira by the Central Bank of Nigeria, which is not supposed to be. Federal CBN is not supposed to be given an individual. It was not even a government. It's not a government. It was given 2.1 billion naira, which is $6 million back then. What did he use the money for? It was to use the money to advertise, to campaign, to run adverts for Goodluck Jonathan, for Goodluck Jonathan presidential campaign. Because he has a TV, a radio channel, also have a TV station. So the 2.1 billion naira was allegedly meant for advertisement. Can you imagine that? Okay, that's one of. We have a lot of others too. Now, let's go to the Supreme Court now. Supreme Court judges in Nigeria, they are devilishly corrupted. In fact, in 2016, the houses of some Supreme Court judges were raided by EFCC, or were raided by DSS, Defense Security. Sorry, I forgot that. DSS, that's our Defense Security something. I can't really remember the full meaning of DSS. So the houses were raided, and in the houses, allegedly, huge sums of money were found in different foreign currencies in their houses. Dollars, pounds, euros were found in their houses, Supreme Court judges. And they were accused of misconduct, misappropriation of their responsibility, and also of corruption and fraud. At the end of the day, no result. Nigerian, we don't know how it ended. We don't know how they were judged. What happened in court? Were they charged to court? Were they just accused? Were they charged to court? We don't know anything about it. Up till now, it is down. No news about it. Nigeria is a very religious country. We are very, very religious in this country. Very, very religious. Yet, we are very, very corrupt. Those people that have been accused of stealing billions of naira meant for the whole Nigerian, you see them in churches and mosques, they will be praying. You see them in churches and mosques, they'll be praying. They'll be praying. They will tell you they believe in God. They will tell you they are men of God. They believe in God. They are adherent of a particular religion. And those two religions are against stealing. And they do it without any fear. And that's the problem we are facing in Nigeria. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section below. I'll surely answer your question. Whatever you have. If you want to become my patron, the link will be in the screen of video. Click that and you can become my patrons. Thank you. See you next time.